It has been a wild Thursday so far. Got up. I can't remember who called me first. Who called me second was my friend Monty Jones, asking about something, about a guy that had a Mexican restaurant here in Davis, bought one over in Lone Grove, and so it takes about 3 months for him to get his liquor license. Linda and I don't drink, and my buddy Monty doesn't consume alcohol either. However, the gal that had the restaurant he bought's going to run it until he gets his liquor license and all that, and a business license. So when that happens, we'll go over there and Monty will treat us to a decent Mexican meal. Right now it's not such over there, I promise. I tried to I won't name the restaurant, but I tried to consume the toughest steak I've ever tried to chew through over there. Told her what to do to get it so that it wasn't so tough, and Monty said she did it and it turned out pretty good. But most people that have a restaurant who haven't been trained and really do not have a love for cooking don't understand the necessity to have food that is enjoyable and makes you want to come back and eat it again. My friend Monty Jones, he and his wife had one, Monty's Diner in Lone Grove. That was one of my favorite places in the world to eat. I wish he still had it. But I talked to him, then I talked to my new friend Matt, it's like one of my boys, and I talked to my oldest adopted son Dale, and he went and got, that's who it was, Dale called me and told me he got most of his stuff. He had a little desk, a TV, and a drill set over there. We didn't find the drill set. I did, my son Benjamin and my grandson Cheyenne went with me to get the stuff, and we took it back up to Dale's. I had given Dale a chair for them to use, and it's his. I gave it to him, but I didn't want to leave it in there either. It's a kind of a beige folding chair with a padded seat. He can do with it what he wants to. Just a second. When I did end up meeting with Matt, I got the key to the thing, and I thought rather than waiting on Dale, he's at the doctor's office right now, waiting on him to come go get it. It was nothing. We backed Linda's car up to Nick's trailer. We went over and got the stuff, locked the building back, took the trailer, reparked it, and I took the keys to Matt so that all that's taken care of, and it's just one more thing off of Matthew's plate. He's got a lot on his plate right now. Talked to my best friend Jerry. He's still sick. The doctor told him it takes a couple of months to get over what he and his sweetheart have, and let me tell you something, it takes longer than that when you're old. It took me about 5 months. It took Linda about 4. Jerry's in a lot better health than I am, so it might just take him a couple of months, but while I had him on the phone, he was coughing. He's teaching a prophecy class tonight at Lodge 3, so I will be going. I assume that Benjamin will be going. I don't think Nick will be going. And my son Chris and his wife are supposed to show up and go. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. excuse me, yesterday and this afternoon both, I went ahead and notified the Internal Revenue Service and the State Corporation Commission and the licensure outfit in Oklahoma City that my consulting business is no longer open. I'm still licensed. I'm working on a deal with a guy to sell it to him. And so it's not selfish of me wanting to have time to spend with my wife. And after I do this vlog and get it uploaded, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Tomorrow's Friday. My son Chris is supposed to come over, tune her car up, and weld the pipes back together so she and I can take the car and do stuff. And then she and I will start looking at vehicles in earnest. Whew, excuse me. We will go and be doing that pretty quickly. This is a bad weekend to do it, but I will have the big pew and the little pew on me. I absolutely will not let anything happen to my sweetheart. Ain't gonna happen while I'm drawing breath, or anybody else. Yeah, Brandon and I went and put gas in Linda's car, and the thing that was really surprising, it went from 499.9 a gallon down to 455.9 a gallon. So that's like 45 cents lower than it was. I don't know why, but that is what it is. I'm glad, because let me tell you something, fuel just keeps going up and up, and diesel is $5.29, so I need to tell my new friends, my new two youngest sons, let's put it that way, Matt and Mike, I need to tell them that diesel's down, so they need to go get some. Tomorrow afternoon, after I quit doing all the stuff I've got to do, I'm probably going to convince Matt and Mike to meet Linda and I and have a nice meal somewhere. McDonald's comes. No, I'm joking. The only thing I like that McDonald's has are the French fries, and if I'm in the mood for a burger, the best place to get it is Carl's Jr. However, there is a problem with personnel over there. There's a problem with personnel almost anywhere you go look. That is something that's happening. Methamphetamine has gotten such a hold on so many people that it's really scary, actually, and I worry about a lot of folks. I worry about people getting I need to turn this phone off. Uh-oh. Missed call 2 hours ago. I had those guys blocked. Okay. A friend of mine taught me how to block those numbers, so I'm going to have to see if there's 1 digit difference. I'm not going to go buy another phone to have a second phone. I'm going to keep that one. Use it infrequently. I was gone when the phone calls happened, so that's why I didn't get them and get aggravated. I have two guys that I'm friends with. One of the officers for the DIA, not DEA, DI, like in italics, A, out of the San Antonio office. I used to work with him and talk to him, and I talked to his son that I've not met, but his son's with the Border Patrol. And I got some information on those poor souls that died in that trailer. The guy that was driving the truck and trailer is not an American citizen. He too is from south of the border. He got picked up. He tried saying he was illegal and was one of the victims, and the investigators saw right through it. He's in jail right now, and his two compadres were at a house that was a safe house in San Antonio, and ICE picked them up. All three of them were buzzing on meth. And I guess they got their money and they just figured to hell with the people in the back of that truck and let them die a horrible death. Most of the folks were from Honduras, Panama, and Uruguay, and just a few from Mexico. But nobody deserves to be treated like that. I don't care who you are. There needs to be a situation where people can apply and get a temporary visa doing it the right way. They need to make it easier to do that. I agree with my sister Randy on that. I've got friends that are still tearing me up over my idea on it. I'm an old man, I got big shoulders. Yeah, big shoulders. I don't like getting into conflicts and arguments with folks, but I don't shy away from them. But I do pick and choose my fights, and I've lost some friends over some of my attitude, but the main thing is I've actually done introspection on a lot of that, and I'm right and they're wrong. Let me give you a couple of examples. Abortion is murder. One of the biggest supporters of Planned Parenthood, and most people don't know this, are Jewish rabbis. Because in their particular religion, you're not alive until you draw that first breath out of the womb. And they say, well, that's just a Christian deal about them being alive in the womb. Well, if there's a heartbeat, folks, that's a baby in there. Margaret Sanger was an atheist. She was not a Jew. She was not a Christian. She was an absolute atheist, and I think she's probably in hell. It's all about money. Now let me explain something. If you've got Jewish conclaves and guilds that are paying money to Planned Parenthood and giving money for political stuff, and you got people that are politicians, they're after that money because money equates to power. I hope I don't have this video struck down, but a lot of people have sold their souls for money. And I really believe that, and I absolutely believe Satan is behind abortions. Absolutely. And I might get stricken down over that. I have friends that are liberal, but they're not pro-abortion. And they, several of them have stopped posting on Facebook and gone over to Instagram simply because that way they can give their opinion. Well, I have an Instagram account. I don't have time to do all this social media stuff. Like Keeping It Dutch and Daniel Arms want to give a class, a joint class on how to grow your YouTube channel. I'm not where I want to do that yet. This channel right here is for close friends and family, and that's it. I have another channel and one reason I shut my business down is I'm going to take a little time and see if my wife wants to help me do it, and we're going to work on growing that other channel and putting stuff on there. And part of that is she and I going traveling and filming. We actually have some black cloth in the back of her Navigator that I cut to go on her dash, just so it wouldn't, you know, reflect the dashboard in the glass while we were running and filming. And we're going to take a look at doing some of that. What I want to do is get her car to where it needs to be. Then we're going to get it washed, and then we're going to do a little sightseeing and filming Saturday or Sunday, and seeing about getting some stuff gathered up and using this camera to do it. It's a cheap camera, I know, but I know how to operate it real well. I understand all the peculiarities and little glitches on it, and so I can work around that. And so I plan on getting some footage and having some fun and growing my other channel. It's called Adventure Site. And I'm going to grow that. And then I'm going to encourage folks here, once I start doing it, to go subscribe to that. And then I'm going to do some really interesting stuff on there. Also, I need to record my own music. I took this off and played the other day, didn't have a problem. And I've got keyboards I've got to set up to play, and I haven't done that yet. And I don't have Alf in here guarding it anymore because Linda kidnapped him. Well, Alf likes her better than me anyway. Most people do. That's just part of the problem with being me, is that I'm not likable. I'm kind of growly, and I'm old and ugly. She's old and pretty and lovable and likable. That's why, you know, we get along so well together. Opposites attract like a magnet. I've got to finish this up and go in the house and see how everyone's doing. I have to make some phone calls. Says it's 97, and it probably is, or 98 outside. I've got the AC on over there and fixing to turn that and everything else off. And just go in the house and visit with folks, see what's going on, see what my sweetheart's doing. It's been a fairly rough morning this morning. Tomorrow's going to be really rough, but I'm going to handle it. And I've got Brandon and Nick helping me handle it. And I've got to make phone calls as soon as I hang this camera up. But I want all of you to do what that sign up there says. Be kind. You know, it really does pay dividends. You know, I mean, in so many ways you wouldn't believe it. It actually does. I love all of you. God bless you, and bye.